Fort Worth Fabian in the building, man. Back again with a video for the channel. I'm doing a reaction to Gypsy Rose Blanchard speaks out after release from prison. So Blanchard speaks to ABC News. Deborah Roberts about her freedom since being released from prison last month after the murder of her mother in 2015, man. So if you don't know about this story, basically, Gypsy Rose's mom was insinuating she was sick, would do everything to keep her in the house, wouldn't let her even see relatives. A lot of weird stuff, bro. Basically, she got tired of it, plotted to murder her mom with her boyfriend of the time. So let's see what Good Morning America got to say about this.
Her mother, she said, Rose Blanchard, in her first interview after leaving prison for her role in the murder of her mother. She sat down with 2020 anchor Deborah Roberts. Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning, George. Her dramatic life of tragedy and survival has just captivated so many, especially Gen Zers, in a way that very few have. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who helped kill her mother to escape a life of suffering and abuse, has been the subject of countless media stories and a Hollywood series. Well, now she's a free woman, and she's telling her own story.
I share my story to be a cautionary tale so that the next person that might be in a situation like mine, they don't take the route that I did.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is finally tasting the freedom she's long dreamed of.
Tell me about the day you stepped out from behind the prison walls.
You don't realize how much you're restricted in prison. I felt like I was in a black and white world and I just stepped into Technicolor. It was amazing.
Her
That's a
world
good way of
shifting
describing it.
after spending nearly 9 years in prison
What,
for
hey?
helping plot the murder of her own mother. Gypsy, a victim of her mother's psychological disorder, commonly known as Munchausen syndrome by proxy, in which parents seek sympathy through the exaggerated or made-up illnesses of their children. Since childhood, Gypsy's mother, Dee Dee, portrayed her daughter as frail, disabled, suffering from multiple illnesses, including leukemia and muscular dystrophy, subjecting the girl to life in a wheelchair, a feeding tube, and unnecessary surgeries.
Whoa.
Even having some of her teeth removed. It was all a lie.
When you look at these pictures now of Gypsy Rose, what do you think now?
When they detail it like that, that's wild, bro. Teeth removed. You've been bound to a wheelchair for X amount of years. You're eating through a feeding tube. Come on, man. That's a real mental illness. That's a real mental illness. In all those photos they showed, she looked happy. It's like, this is my life. I'm a sickly kid, but my mom loved me. Well, really, she just manipulating the situation the whole time. For sympathy is the reason?
I don't even associate with that little girl anymore.
Do you recognize her?
I don't. Like, I know that it's me, but at the same time, that isn't me anymore.
Your mom has been
It never was
portrayed
you.
as a
You
monster.
really think about it.
I don't believe my mother was a monster. She had a lot of demons herself that she was struggling with. I didn't want her dead. I just wanted out of my situation. And I thought that that was the only way out.
In 2015, Gypsy says she reached a breaking point and plotted with a boyfriend she met online,
This
Nicholas
fool looks
Godejohn,
scary.
to kill her mother. Gypsy would later plead guilty to second-degree murder. Godejohn was convicted of carrying out the stabbing death and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Is it fair that he is incarcerated for life for killing your mom and you're out?
Well, I'm sure that we both have a lot of regrets. All I can really say is that I did my time. He's doing his time for his part. And I wish him well on his journey.
During her prison stay, public fascination with Gypsy exploded. Her story portrayed in multiple documentaries and a drama series, The Act.
I'm so trapped, and I can't tell anyone.
Gypsy now sharing unscripted personal details about her past in a Lifetime docuseries, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
You say that you were addicted to painkillers.
Mm-hmm.
How serious was this addiction?
You know, this is really hard to talk about because it took me down a really dark path. But I felt like it was my only way to cope for a time.
So when you made this decision to take part in the killing of your mom, were you high?
Yes, I was.
And do you blame
That's an
that
out, bro.
for your
Don't just put that out there
decision?
for her to be
No,
like, yeah.
no. I don't blame drugs. I don't blame anything. I don't make excuses.
And now,
Accountability, I
And
like
now
it.
I'm sober. Now I haven't used in 4 years, and I don't feel the need to.
Hey everyone, this is Gypsy. I'm finally free.
Her journey sparking a cult-like following online.
do you feel any conflict with that? You've got fame, even though you participated in a murder?
Of course I feel conflicted. Fame is not what I'm looking for. I always said I think I'm infamous, and then I came out famous.
You've had shots of your selfie out of.
Bruh, I wonder if she got some royalties from the documentaries, the TV series, and all that based off her story. Cut the check, y'all. She fresh out of prison. She probably ain't gonna go back to work. She got a face card now. People gonna recognize her wherever she goes, bruh. I mean, she'll never have a normal life again. But cut the check. Cut the check.
Prison, you've commented on your love life. Are you enjoying the attention?
Honestly, I'm a very shy person. I don't think that I'm doing anything that anybody else wouldn't do. I'm being myself.
Ryan Anderson, her new husband who wrote Gypsy in prison, was waiting outside the prison doors after his wife's release.
Oh, I missed you.
I missed you too.
But you're really
Why
together
are they vlogging
physically for
everything?
the first
Or
time.
recording everything?
We call it newly together with.
What are your plans? Do you want to have children?
We've talked about starting a family. We just don't know when at this point. Our lives are pretty hectic right now.
So this is your happily ever after, the gal who liked being a princess.
It is, yeah. I had to kiss a couple frogs to get to this one.
She a hater. Why she say it like that? So this is your happily ever after? Like it was wrong.
Blanchard tells
as,
us she's rebuilding relationships, including with her father, and hopes to use her fame for good to shine a light on domestic abuse. Her docuseries begins tonight on Lifetime. And of course, guys, we're going to have more on this story on 2020 and the
her
coming.
docu-series. You already know they're going to have a whole Lifetime thing on this, bruh. Straight to Hulu. You know what I'm saying? But let me know y'all's thoughts on this one in the comment section below. I mean, it's good to see her, you know, living her best life. I mean, she served her time like she said. Obviously, she made a huge mistake. Nobody should ever be killed, you know, murdered. But her mom was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, y'all. Very crazy old lady. So that being said, how do y'all think, like I said, she can never live a normal life, bro. Like, I'm not sure where this will go, but I think that she'll have her moment in the spotlight. You know, people want to interview her. You see how many different platforms have already interviewed her. She's making her rounds. But I think when things just die down, they'll die down. You know what I mean? People will still recognize her if you recall. But when 10 years pass, people probably ain't going to really remember. There's going to be a lady on the street. Because if y'all recall, y'all remember Casey Anthony? The Casey Anthony case. What's crazy is she was based out of Orlando, Winter Park, Florida, where I used to really live. And supposedly people was telling me back then, I think this happened maybe 8 years ago or something like that, 10 years ago. I don't even remember. A long time ago it happened where she murdered her daughter. Her daughter was a toddler, like an infant. Not an infant, but like a, I don't know, 4 or 5 year old, 3-year-old, something like that. She killed her daughter, allegedly. And then, you know, to this day, she got a face card, bro. If I saw her today, I would recognize her. I'd be like, you Casey Anthony. But supposedly she was in Florida right around the time that I used to live in Florida. And when I did some research on the specific place she was staying, bruh, one of my old friends used to live in the same apartment complex. So it's just weird how stuff works out, man. It's just weird how stuff is, you know what I mean? But I'll probably walk past her a day. You know, I probably came encounter with her or some type of thing and not even realized it. But anyways, with that being said, peace, love, prosperity. God bless y'all, man. Let's do better, man. People just do better out here in the world. Like, and if you putting your best foot forward, keep it up, man. That's all you can do. You can't control what happens to you. You can only control how you respond. So we out, man. God bless y'all. We'll catch y'all next time.